to the members of the public who've chosen to come this morning. I'm going to start off by just running through the terms of reference of this review. Actually, prior to that, I think what I ought to do is just look around the table and say who we are. And I'm Mike Jackson, Councillor St Lawrence, Chairman of the panel.
I'm Gus Roll, Deputy St Lawrence and panel member.
Councillor John Greville, Vice Chairman of the panel.
I'm Jane Burns, Lead Practice Programme Manager.
I'm John Young, Deputy Officer for Arts Number 1, and to be the Environment Minister. I'm Willie Begg, Director for Natural Environment.
Louise Mathis, Environmental Policy.
So the terms of reference for this review are one, to consider what work the Department of the Environment is currently undertaking to help reduce the use of plastics in Jersey and to address the threat they pose to pollution for the environment and its wildlife. Two, to determine whether suitable cost-benefit analysis has been undertaken by the Department of the Environment in relation to the cost of public awareness, initiatives, campaigns and any resulting benefits this has in reducing plastic waste. Three, to consider the role that businesses can play in the reduction of plastics and the benefits the environment this could bring. Four, to consider Jersey's importation of plastic materials and any potential limitations and or challenges this may pose to Jersey's ability to significantly reduce plastic waste. Five, to assess whether recycling initiatives in Jersey are fit for purpose, specifically plastics, and to identify what improvements, if any, can be made and or what other initiatives could be introduced. Six, to explore how plastic waste is treated and assess what environmental benefit this has. And lastly, 7, to explore what other countries practice in terms of reducing or eliminating use of plastics and identify what lessons Jersey could learn from this. So, if I may kick off, Minister, just by saying that in May this year it was announced that the EU will be introducing bans on many avoidable single-use plastics. Are there any plans for Jersey to follow suit, and if not, why not?
Well, thank you, Chairman. I wonder if I may, before I answer that specific question, just explain exactly where we are, because the issue of waste and plastics in the marine system is particularly a work in progress. As you may know, we all know that government is in a process of transition, and the Environment Department doesn't exist in the form that it used to be. What we have is one government now, which is in the process of formation on the executive side, and we have, for example, we have Louise working on the policy side, reportable into the common policy setting work of the states. But equally, during the period of preparation, I've been able to get advice from all those officers across the states. But as we speak at the moment, the policy relating to waste management is not a responsibility that sits within my particular ministry. As you know, we have a mismatch between the ministerial allocations of responsibilities and the executive responsibilities. So, but nonetheless, we're all working towards this goal, and there's no question in my mind that the development of a new waste strategy is a key one for the island. And I think the issue of plastics and marine plastics and the problems that have become increasingly identified is a major priority. And I think I'm going to refer here to one of my first roles as Minister. I had to attend the British Irish Council meeting of Environment Ministers. And essential to that work was what was going to be done about plastics, and this issue arose. And I think so we've all agreed to work together, and of course Jersey is a jurisdiction that principally consumes plastics. We don't manufacture them, we import them. And of course the question arises, what are other bigger jurisdictions doing about removing single-use plastics from the waste stream and so on? And so we have agreed to cooperate and work together. A similar position was taken by Guernsey and the Isle of Man. And so we'll be meeting with the British Irish Council back in early 2019 to develop common action plans, by which time it's my belief the Council of Ministers work that it's been doing over the summer in setting our strategic priorities will be complete. And I hope tomorrow you're all going to be attending the launch of the common strategic priorities, which I've been asked not to go into today, but nonetheless, for the work, all I can say is the work I've done with other ministers, particularly the DFI ministers, indicate there's a very, very big common ground about working together on that work. But we'll wait and see what comes tomorrow, and then obviously how that's adopted will be for the states. But